We're back with Tim Dick, founder and vice chairman of Hawaii Superferry.
How are you managing multiple businesses at the same time?
Well, the answer is I'm not really managing most of them. You know, the biggest chunk of my activity, clearly direct activity, is with Hawaii Superferry. I go to the office every day. There's still a bunch of stuff that I do and so forth. So some of it is advisory work. Some of it is I'm involved in financing, and I'm on the board of several companies, mostly on the mainland technology companies and so forth, that are largely to do with the conservation and clean technology and so forth at the present time. So it's really leveraging my time because, you know, once you've gone through a number of startups, there's sort of like the idea, and then there's the corporate formation process and putting together business plans, raising capital, building the team and so forth. And those are somewhat generic. So that's an area where I can really leverage my experience and bring in and build teams.
So from your first experience of your first company, did you always have an exit strategy and know that you were going to continue to start something, turn it over, start something, exit that way?
Well, certainly if you're getting outside financing, you must have an exit strategy. Otherwise, no one's going to give you the money. It's like, hey, Evan, I'd like to borrow, say $3 million, and yeah, well, maybe you'll get it back. But look at this really cool idea. And I was going, gee, I don't know, maybe once, but probably not again. I wouldn't do that. So, it's certainly if you're raising professional money, and even if you're investing your own money, it can't be the money pit. Not every single idea is going to be a hit, obviously. But at the same time, exit strategies have to be explicit. You have to think about that, even if you're investing it. And this is, I think, a good piece of thought for small businesses, whether you're starting a bakery or an auto repair. What is your exit strategy for that business? Because even if you run it for your whole life, eventually you're going to get older. Is the strategy you're going to pass it on to your kids? What if the kids don't want to run it? Think about your exit strategy, even your personal exit strategy up front.
That's so key because there's so many family businesses, especially here in Hawaii. And I guess we don't think ahead to what's going to happen whether we get sick or, if somebody passes away, to pass it on to their children, even if they want to do it. Yeah. And the sad thing is when they don't want to, what happens?
That's right. I don't think that's unique to Hawaii. I mean, certainly Hawaii has a really, really rich culture and history of entrepreneurialism. And I think the lack of family business, exit strategies is not unique to here. It's something that we don't think of because it's so much wrapped up in our own personal life. What's your exit strategy for your life? I don't know. Might get hit by a car leaving the studio today. Knock on wood here.
We'll have the last interview of him then.
Let's hope not.
So how do you decide, though, that you're just going to concentrate on this one thing, but then also donate your time to these other nonprofit boards and stuff like that?
I don't know. Some sort of hyperactivity complex, I guess. Attention deficit disorder. It used to be known just as a problem child when I was growing up. Now we have a name for it, ADD, so I feel a lot better about that. I guess part of it is sort of compulsory. Part of it is other areas where I just have simply innate interests and so forth. So, and, you start to get involved, and then people ask for more of your time, and sometimes you say yes a few times too often and so forth. But, it's a lot of fun. It really is the antidote. Doing stuff that's truly nonprofit has a different kind of a feel than doing stuff in the for-profit world. It's just as hard, maybe harder, because governance is harder. But at the same time, there's a real just innate satisfaction of doing something that isn't about profit in any way at all.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more on Greater Good Radio.